Hi, welcome back to another session of Lattes and More. I'm your host, Cindy Leader. On this session, this video, I wanted to talk about partial gains and partial losses. How to take a partial loss, how to take a partial gain. If you're taking part of something, it's going to be one of those. One thing, you get a lot of questions on that, and people aren't really sure or not really sure what to look for, how it works. I'm going to talk about that. But I will tell you right from the get-go, if your trade, you have one trade only, and it's a 0.01, you're at rock bottom. You're at the foundation. You can't take anything from that unless you officially close it. And when you go to take a partial, it looks like you're closing it, but I'm going to show you how to do it properly. And I think there's videos out there. I'm not sure, but when I get posed a question from a client that triggers me, makes me want to make a video. So here I am talking about partial gains, partial losses. Let's get on it. I'm actually going to make my phone the co-host because I want to show you from my phone, because this is my office right here. This is where I'm operating from. So let me go do that. So I'm going to go into my MetaTrader for you. See it right down here, bottom row. Here is my demo that I opened up a trade just a little while ago for you, US 30. So of course I'm going to enter a US 30 trade. So why do we enter partial? I'll just call it a partial in general. I'm just going to try to annotate on this screen. Give me a second. Oh, you can see it. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is not a good number. This is not a good number, but the number you're really watching when you're trading is this bad boy right here. This margin level percentage, you never ever want that to get close to 100. If it gets close to 100 and below 100, you are going to lose everything. You are going to lose the whole kit and caboodle. You're going to blow an account. There's a delay on this. It's driving me crazy. So we don't want that to happen. So 321, 321 is a nice cushion. When I'm trading US 30, I prefer 400, 500. Then I can go to sleep. I can go do my errands. I can go out to eat and not worry about my trade. Because, you know, I'm mostly in the trade 24/7 because the market's open 24/7, essentially. So we're going to, why would you want to take a partial profit or partial gain or partial loss? Sometimes you don't want to, oh, forgot. Sometimes you don't, let me, hold on one second. Okay. Sometimes you don't want to hold this trade overnight when the market closes, because then you're going to, I should just keep my phone in my hand. Then you're going to be paying a swap fee, and you don't want to pay a swap fee. I just realized I can increase that. You don't want to pay a swap fee on that if you can avoid it. And sometimes it doesn't matter. I don't really care if at the end of the day I'm holding the trade for multiple days and I owe the broker $20. Take it, and I'll take my few hundred few, whatever it is. Take your 20, sir. Go buy your wife some flowers. That's what I say. Of course, that's not really the scenario, but I don't mind carrying a swap fee if I see something coming down the pike. I think that's a Massachusetts term. But maybe you don't want to, maybe you want to take some of your profits if this were nice and blue, but it isn't. It's nice and negative. So what I was saying is, if the margin level percentage gets closer to 100, you know, you're going to lose everything, and you don't want that to happen. The other reason, yeah, that's it. If you're really red. So I still, like, if this was a live trade and I saw it going down for on the 4-hour or the day chart, I would still hold it. This does not scare me, but look how it's dropping now. I'm just checking the time. Yeah, it's the time where things are going to shift. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that go a little bit lower. Anyway, let me show you how to take a profit. a partial. Okay, it's one of those days. So I keep putting down my phone. Let me clear all this, put this out of the way. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it down like you would a regular trade to modify it or to place a new order or to look at the chart. Let's actually look and see what it's doing. I continue to look at the 4-hour chart. So she's riding back up a little bit, but you can see if you know anything about my style of trading, they're going to come to get this big, long wick, this liquidity, millions of dollars. They're going to come back. You just have to be patient. And I can tell that for a couple of reasons. Just going to go look at the day chart. Yeah. So if you are on my Lattes and More latte tier and you're learning my strategy, you'll know why I'm going to hold this. Otherwise, I'm not going to say at this time because that's not what this video is about. So let's go back. Okay. Ooh, yep, dipped a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to close that order. Wait, you said no, or it's going to take partial. But you hit close and you'll see up the top here. You love this now. Get out of here. Up the top, this is dark. This lot size that I have is dark. So what you can do is, let me clear this again. What you can do is, you can increase it, but you can decrease it. Partial is all about your whole nut and taking part of it. The whole piece of pie, the whole pizza, and taking a piece of it. It's not, you can see all of this is grayed out. You can't add to that. So if this was going up and you were in blue, you can't say, oh, I want a 0.06. No, you don't have that option. But what you have the option of doing is lessening, in this case, the blow. Lessening, right now it's $665, $670 negative. And we're probably definitely under that 300 margin level. And that's not making me feel good. And like I said, anywhere closer to 100 and you want to be careful. So what you're going to do, since this is a 0.05 and you can't take a 0.1, you can't take that amount away from it. It's too big. You can hit the 0.01 button and it will reduce it. So it's saying, and now I can add up because I can go back up to a 0.05. It's saying, what part do you want to close? Just a 0.01? So now please notice that down the bottom here, it went from 5, there's such a delay, from 670 to now 524. 0.03, 390. This is what you would close to save yourself. So what I would close in this manner, since I'm not too worried about it, I would close just a 0.01. So I'm going to take out of that $680 negative, I'm going to take a 0.01 and I'm going to eat $138 right now. Okay, because if we go back to the full ride, yeah, it's 670. So we can close that. So now my margin level is 294. Still okay, still safe, but for me, I'm watching it. I call it babysitting. I'm babysitting it. Is it please go back up or are you going to go back down? Come on, make a decision. So what I'm going to do to show you again is to take a partial loss. I'm going to hold this down, go to close, now modify, close, and I'm just going to take, I'm not going to take 0.04. This is what you're taking away. So if you had a 0.05, if you click down 1.04, that's what you're closing. That's a big number. Okay, I'm just going to take a 0.01 and you're going to see I'm going to close $145 of it. So let's do that. And I'm just going to hit close with a loss of 144. Close with a loss for a 1.01 pip. And you'll see what's left in my trading screen will be a 0.04 because I'm taking a 0.01. And if you, like I'm watching this number, like I'd rather close it with 125 than 132. So I'm just watching. Is it still dropping? And you can see on the screen. Is she still dropping? This is in the way. Oh, she just she just spiked up. Now it's 140. Do you see that? So if you go to close it, you might want to wait till it comes back down somewhere down here, but it's going up. So my loss is getting bigger. Even at the smallest amount that I can take a 0.01, my loss is getting bigger. So let's close this bad boy. Have you heard that? So now, as you can see, now your trade, stop, is a 0.04. And now your margin percentage level is 360 instead of, what was it, 294. So now I've got a margin percentage level that makes me a bit more comfortable. But let's do that again. Let's say that you weren't, and you're like, Cindy, 400 is where I can sleep, go out to eat, take a walk on the beach, whatever. Okay, let's close another 0.01. Close. There's a delay here. So I could close it now. I could close the whole thing out because what's left of that 0.05 minus that 0.01 is a 0.04. So this is what I have. I could close it and just go about my merry day and say, I'm done trading for the week. But I'm going to take another 0.01. So if I took all of it, it would cost me, it would eat together $560. If I took 2 parts of that, of the 4 that are left, half of that, 428, I'm just going to take another 0.01. So remember when we closed it was like 141, 142. It's still there. That sucker is still right there going up. Let's get out. Take a deep breath. Close that trade. It was 152. So now I almost don't like how it's super thick. See if I like the thickness. Now it's a 0.03. That's better. Now the margin level is 474. I like that. So what did I close and eat? I ate a little bit of money, probably like $360. If you go to history, the little envelope right down here. Oh, the envelope. The envelope down here, my history, to keep like toggling back and forth, you'll see I ate $293. But folks, at the end of the day, go back to charting, my account is super safe. And I feel like this is going to continue to ride down. I'm riding it down to 31,700. So I'm going to stay in this trade. And it's a demo, but I'm still going to stay in this trade. I'm trading this live. Down a lot more. I'll just say that. So I hope that was helpful in how to take a partial trade. Again, if you have a 0.01, you cannot take a partial trade. You cannot take a partial profit or partial loss. You cannot do it. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I hope that was helpful and a thorough explanation. And if you guys ever need anything, my Calendly link is on my Patreon. You can find Lattes and More on Instagram. You can find Lattes and More in a Facebook group. Find Cindy Leader, myself, and send me a message, and I will add you to my private Facebook group. And we'll keep it moving. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm building the basic video training. So if you know someone who does not know how to trade, really is curious how to trade, you feel I'm a good teacher, let's bring them to the group and they can check it out. Thank you. See you soon, guys.